जय श्री माता जी। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी को नतमस्तक होकर प्रणाम करेंगे और बंधन लेंगे। तीन महामंत्र और श्री गणेश मंत्र। संतुलन करने हेतु हम दाहिने हथेली को भूमि माता पर रखेंगे, बाई हथेली को श्री माता जी की ओर। पूरे हृदय से प्रार्थना करेंगे, परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमारे ईड़ा नाड़ी को निर्मल कीजिए। दाहिने हथेली को श्री माता जी की ओर रखेंगे, बाई हथेली को आकाश की ओर रखेंगे। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमारे पिंगला नाड़ी को निर्मल कीजिए। दोनों हथेली को भूमि माता पर रखेंगे, श्री माता जी से पूरे हृदय से प्रार्थना करेंगे, परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमें संतुलन प्रदान कीजिए। दोनों हथेली को श्री माता जी की ओर रखेंगे। चित्त को सहस्त्रार पर रखते हुए श्री माता जी से प्रार्थना करेंगे, परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमें निर्विचारिता व निर्विकल्प स्थिति की अनुमति प्रदान कीजिए। जय श्री माता जी। ध्यान की इसी स्थिति में हम श्री माता जी की अमृतवाणी सुनेंगे। तत्पश्चात कुछ समय ध्यान में ही रहेंगे।
Like that, these incarnations come on this earth. Plus the incarnations of the primordial being come in this area, where we can say this is the ocean of illusion, and try to save the people from getting too much to that side or too much to this side, as I told you yesterday. And that time, when they become human beings, then the seekers are born. Which are the epitome of human evolution. Now these seekers are engulfed by forces of ignorance, and these ignorance forces also form entities. They can be devilish, because they think, why are we not there, like a competition setting. and they try to retard the progress of the saints. That's why a seeker, when he is born, he is attacked from very childhood. Immediately is attacked. Even the parents may attack a seeker. They may act through the parents. If not the parents, then the society, the schools. They are all the time attacked. The people who are attacking may not be aware of it, but they are used as mediums, and these people are attacked. And with that attack, when they are absolutely in a mess, and they don't know how to save themselves, then another incarnation is specially made. Is the one that manifests here, who is the desired power of God, but is the destroyer part, who is born to destroy these evil forces, to kill them. This is 14,000 years back, the first incarnation of this great lady. She is called as Jagadamba, the mother of this world. She comes in here. She saves them. Today is the first day. We celebrated the first day of her incarnation. And that is a very, very important day for Indians, because they believe in Shakti, and she is the Shakti. That she came on this earth to kill these horrible, devilish incarnations who are called as Rakshasas. So this one is represented within us at the heart level, in the center, in the vertical column, and it manifests in the children till the age of 12 years in the sternum and creates antibodies. She creates her army as the antibodies. Till the age of 12 years, the children develop those antibodies within themselves. And whenever there is a danger, whether it is physical, emotional, or spiritual danger, these antibodies fight. That's why when you are frightened, the sternum starts breathing fast and informs that all the antibodies should join hands to protect the subject. These antibodies are created here. On the left-hand side of this is the essence of motherhood. If in your childhood your mother had played a role which has given you fear or kind of a frightening experience, then this center goes out. We say the left heart is catching. Sometimes if you are a bad mother also it might catch. The right heart is the one, is that of the father. And the fatherhood is expressed by the leader who came on this earth about 8,000 years back, who is called as Shri. He is not, if you see here, is in the center. To make him a complete human being, he was pushed onto the right hand side. He is Sri Rama. Sri Rama came on this earth to establish the institution of benevolent king. The political development and the political evolution started from his time. He is the one who gave leadership as a benevolent king, the one who represents God and who is a king. The idea of king related to God came from Shri Ram. But the modern kings are not like that. They have no relationship with God. On the contrary, they are horrid people. Some of them are nothing but satanic people. Absolutely Satan they are. And you can see from the way they live their lives, and they have led their lives before. So the benevolence of Sri Rama is here to be followed by all the political leaders and all the people who are at the helm of affairs. He is the ideal that was created for human beings to run their authority as the head or the loving, compassionate, benevolent leader of the people who has to govern them by making them respect him, by respect. And if human beings create such kings who are not respectable, those who have no human values, those who have no moral courage, those who are selfish, those who are self-centered, then they have nothing to do to be there. So this is the position of Rama, who is the father. So the head of every state has to be the father of his subjects. That's what he has tried to show by his life. So much so that he had to sacrifice his beloved wife, whom he loved so much. But these days, you know how people do for their own children, they'll sell the whole country. In our India, they do it. Here it's just the other way around. Nobody cares for children at all. But nobody knows whose children they are. But in India it's the other way around, that they will even sell their children, their country for their children. All these two extremes go against the character of Sri Ram. Now this is the character that was created 8,000 years back. So I have explained to you all these things. Now this is the heart. In the heart resides the spirit. The spirit is watching the game of this creation and is watching what is happening to this person, to this person, to this person, to this person. Everybody has got in their heart the spirit which is watching. It's called as the Kshetrajna, means the one, the knower of the field. He is watching every minute. He knows what to do, where you go, what mistakes you create. He watches. He doesn't interfere. It's only the interference comes from here, from that way, which tries to give you conscience, which tries to improve you. From here sometimes, the wisdom part, which tries to tell you, be in the center, by punishing you, by showing it is wrong. But he is just watching the game. Let's see how far it goes. He is the knower of your field. He is the universal being within you. He is the reflection of that God Almighty who is a spectator within you. And his power is this all-pervading power which has created all this. So to feel this all-pervading power, you have to become the spirit. All this creation has no meaning if you do not become the spirit. In the Vedas, the very first stanza says that by reading Vedas, if you do not become Vid, Vid means, Veda word comes from Vida. Vida means to know. If you do not become the knowledge, then it has no meaning. But knowledge doesn't lie in dancing and shouting and all the monkey tricks that people do. It's no monkey trick there. Knowledge is that you become the self, you feel the all-pervading power, and by which you know everything else. That is self-knowledge. And that is what we have to achieve. If you do not want to become your spirit, I am sorry, I have nothing to offer. If you have some other thing in your mind, you can go away from here. But no use arguing. There should be no argument about it. If you don't want to become, I have nothing to say. I have nothing else to offer or to request. I would request you that you become your spirit. Then we'll talk about it. And when you become your spirit, there's a very good book written by Adi Shankaracharya in the 6th century. The one who was the first Shankaracharya. All these, nowadays all of them are horrible ones. One of them is now making a big umbrella of gold studded with diamonds. Imagine. He's a short fellow. I said this umbrella will fall upon him one day. He is trying to compete with Pope. And this Adi Shankaracharya has said that nothing can work it out. Na yoga, na sankhya, na all these philosophies are useless. It only works out. No discipline, nothing. By the grace of the Mother. By the grace of the Mother, who is the Kundalini herself. She is the primordial Kundalini. Only by awakening of the Kundalini it works out. I mean, it's so clearly given, but you people do not read those books. Today, the name of the goddess, 10 of them are nothing but the different chakras. Where she resides in the Muladhara, she resides in the Swadhisthana, she resides in the Manipura, she resides in the, Hridaya Chakra. Then she resides in the Vishuddhi, then into Agya, and then into Sastra. All these names are given there. Of course, it was not so clearly said as it is said today because the time was not there to say. But all these things are there, how she rises, how she breaks. All these granthis which are between these two chakras are the granthis, is the knot. It's so clearly given. It's never given that you start jumping like a monkey or you take out your clothes. All this nonsense is not there. On the contrary, it is said that this is all possession. You get bhutagrasta, means you get possessed by the dead. It's so clearly given. But people don't read these books. They jump onto people who have come here to show some sort of a mesmerism and accept it. But you are seekers. I would request you, you are seekers. First of all, know that you are seekers. And don't be deluded by these false things. Do not waste your energy on these false things. You become yourself. Of course, it goes without saying that the change, the transformation comes in your awareness, first of all. In your awareness. Not in jumping and on all these nonsensical things. I mean, people think that if you become a stupid fellow, then your awareness has improved, transformed. After all, you are transformed. You see, you are a sane person, you have become stupid, you are transformed in any case. If you become mad, then it is a greater transformation. Mother says all that transformation, we have become mad. We are sane people, we are landed in lunatic asylum, we are transformed. And also transmutation has taken place. Because now we wear dresses like lunatic people. We behave like lunatic people. Transformation has taken place. It's an ascent of the man. You have to ascend. Your awareness has to ascend and not to descend. It's very easy to descend. To move on to the left or to the right is not the way, but to move here into super consciousness. And that's one thing one should know should happen. That is the self-knowledge. That is the thing one has to get. Is to awaken these centers within you, which are represented on your fingers here. 7 of these as shown here. And then to feel this all-pervading power to begin with. Once it has happened, then to know how to discern, how to decode, how to find out, how to improve, how to go further. First of all, get the connection. If your car has not yet started, what are you doing about it? It's so simple and such a common sense. But I don't know how these people have taken over. The only problem, as I told you before, is this, that God has given you freedom. And that freedom is to be respected. But if you go to these people, you don't ask any questions, you do as others are doing, just like monkeys. You don't even think why they are doing it. I mean, you see that this is so filthy. Like a gentleman who came to me, who went to a guru, and he was absolutely ruined. I said, how could you do it? You are an Indian. Don't you know that this is not to be done? He said, I just went to see it. Just out of curiosity I went there. And then I also started jumping and I got into it. And for 5 years he was in it, he could not know that he was in it. I said, for Indians they have some wisdom because they have read all these things, they know all about it. How could you do it? They know that unholiness is not the way to God. Now some of them can give you also an explanation that all you are to be cleansed. And you pay for it, as if you go to some laundry here, you pay for it, put yourself into it, go into some turnings and you become cleansed. You have to be cleansed. You must see their life pattern, you must see how they live. The person who cannot even smell a flower, how can he cleanse you? He himself needs a lot of treatment. Flower he cannot smell. Can you imagine a man like that who cannot smell a flower? I mean, he's a doomed personality. I would say the most beautiful thing that is produced is a flower. How is he going to feel the human flowers? How is he going to enjoy? A person who cannot take out his goggles from his eyes and can face people. How can you believe that such a man could be something holy? Any holy person doesn't have this kind of eyes. One has to know that if the person doesn't lead a holy life, and a parasites, greedy people asking for money and Rolls Royces and things like that, all such people, you think they can be your gurus. You have no self-esteem, I should say. They are absolutely devils. But the problem is different. For me, the problem is very, very different. Krishna has said, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam sambhavami yuge. He says that whenever there is the degradation of the sustenance, then to save the saints and to kill the satanics, I come on this earth, I take a form. Now the problem is all the saints have got the satanics in their head. My problem is very complicated. I know they are saints. I know they are the ones who are seekers, have been for ages. But they are impressed by the satanics and the satanics are ruling. So if the question of killing, the samhara of Krishna's comes in, you see, even if they are killed, they are in your brain, so how can you kill? They have to go out of your brain. The complicated structure today of the seekers is this, that in their brains they have got all the satanic center. They cannot get rid of it. They are so impressed. Yesterday the fellow said, but mother, everything is good, there's nothing like evil. I said, really? Imagine to believe in such a thing, that there is no evil itself is such a dangerous situation. Then why do you need discrimination? Go ahead. Whether you go to hell or to heaven, what does it matter? There is no evil. Enjoy your hell, have a holiday. Christ has so many times said about the Satan. Not only, but he said that the Satan tried to tempt him. He has talked of Satan, and still how do you believe that there is no evil? I just can't understand. there is not only evil, but the darkness is so great that we are standing at a point so precariously placed, very precariously placed, that people are more impressed by evil than by good. See how many people we are. Just see for yourself. Here we are for reality. You cannot pay for anything. You get your realization. 50% people have got realization here. But how many people there are? And they have no patience even to sit down. But I have known people. I have been with the Guru for 8 years. He is in my heart. The heart is all catching and you're fainting all the time with the Guru being there. It's a very big problem which you should realize. These are all saints. My only concern is to save them. They have very subtle methods of sabotaging, of destroying the work of God. And you should know, when you get your realization, that you have to become strong pillars of God's work, and not to indulge into frivolous, useless, cheap things, but get to it, learn it, master it. You will become your own master. These gurus who have no powers, nothing, they have become gurus and have minted so much money out of you, and you are the people who are realized souls and you are so quiet. You should shout at the top of houses and say that these are false people. These are fake people. Christ himself has said that there will be false and fake gurus. And then people said that, why are you talking against them? He said the Satan is not going to talk against himself, his house. He said it clearly. And when people tell me, Mother, don't talk against them, I always tell them, I'll talk, not only talk, but wherever it is possible, I'll tell them definitely. I verily say that these are Satans whom I know now for ages, for thousands of years I have known them. Each one of them, all their tricks I know. I know what they do to you. And don't listen to them that they are cleansing you. Let them cleanse themselves and repent so that they don't go back into hell permanently. So here, at this stage of the mother, she is terrific. She protects. She has many antibodies. Actually, these antibodies were created at a particular time when it was said that there was a Satan who could not be killed by the quadruped and the people who had 2 legs like human beings. So she created a special type of a gnat. You call that gnat? A black thing with 6 legs. And she killed. And these antibodies are those with the 6 legs. And they work it out. They are there, and she's the one who protects us. Now, coming to the gross level, when a lady is worried about her security, which is very common in America, because husbands, if they are flirts, if they have no time for their wives, and all the time they tell the wife that you may have to leave the house, they develop the fear in this area, and the disease which is caused by that is breast cancer, which is very common in America, breast cancer. Breast cancer is caused to women who have sense of insecurity. In Sahaja Yoga, you can cure breast cancer. It's very easy to cure breast cancer in Sahaja. Now, the combination of this and this gives you asthma. Among men who have asthma, they must look after their fatherhood. Their own father, supposing somebody's father is dead, without the knowledge of the man, or the father can possess also. In that case, you get this kind of a thing. Surprisingly, recently in London, one doctor, I don't know how, he experimented with a lady who was suffering from anorexia. Her father had died and she would not eat her food. And many of them are like that, whose fathers have died. They suffer from anorexia. And he said, all right, let us see about your father. Let us do some sort of a ceremony for him. And she started eating all right. It's most surprising. It came in the papers that he did that. That is how you can cure such women who suffer from the deficiency of a fatherhood. Or maybe we can say, if the father possesses you, if the child is thinking of the father all the time, all these things can be cured in Sahaja Yoga, which I'm sure when you will go further with the studies of Sahaja Yoga, you will learn one by one how to cure such people who have these diseases. Now, I think I'll leave these 3 centers for tomorrow and I'll try to cover it up. But this is the spirit that is still watching. When the Kundalini, this is the seat of the spirit. When the Kundalini rises and she touches that seat, immediately you get connected to the spirit. And the spirit, which is this all-pervading power, starts flowing through your hand, as well as you start feeling it outside. The spectator, the witness, who was outside our central nervous system, now comes into our central nervous system, and we know everything about it as we start using this power of spirit. If you remember, Christ was touched by some woman who was sick, and he felt the power flew to her, and this is the same thing. But Christ was different. He was all-pervading power. He was Omkara. That's why he could walk on the water. But about Christ and about Shri Krishna, I'll tell you later on, tomorrow, if you don't mind. I hope I've been able to explain many things to you, but if you have any questions, you can ask me now, and then we'll start the workshop of realization. In any case, tomorrow morning again, I will be available in the hotel. I don't go out anywhere, except for today I had this special occasion. And I would like to attend to you personally. May God bless. If you want to ask any questions, please ask. You are a real questioner every time. Have you found a lady or not for yourself?
No. But what I did find is that today, last night when I used your picture, today I had, for 3 hours I had no thoughts. And today I had very few thoughts, which is really beautiful. I don't understand what's going on, but it's really nice.
Good, good.
And one thing I felt when you were talking is that I felt a lot of negativity in myself.
You start seeing all that. That's what happens. You start seeing your ego, you start seeing your negativity, you start facing it. Now you are out of it. You're out of yourself.
I also feel that in my lifetime, I used to have books on black magic and stuff. This is a long time ago. I got rid of them. But I feel that I have a lot of that in me, and it's frightening me. I think somehow, I don't know how to
जय श्री माता जी। श्री माता जी को धन्यवाद करेंगे। श्री माता जी, आज के इस सामूहिक ध्यान के लिए आपको कोटि कोटि प्रणाम, अनंत कोटि प्रणाम। श्री माता जी को नतमस्तक होकर प्रणाम करेंगे और बंधन लेंगे। जय श्री माता जी।